يا حيدر مهجة الزهراء يا حيدر فارس الهيجاء يا حيدر يا علي مولاه يا حيدر.
Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. This is Voice of Justice. I'm Atta, the host of this program. With me in the studio for today's discussion is Hujjatul Islam Mahdavi. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Welcome to your show.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
So, in our previous discussion, last episode, with your presence, we discussed the concept of adala or justice as practiced by Imam Ali alayhi salam. You gave us different examples and stories showing how Imam Ali alayhi salam was after reviving the concept of justice when he was in power. Now, for today's discussion, I would like to ask you about this sense of adala that was practiced by Amir al-Mu'mineen, which fascinated really the non-Muslims too. I mean, all across the world, we can see the non-Muslims or non-Shias who are fascinated by this adala sense of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, and took him really as a role model, something which is neglected maybe in some of the Muslim lands today, and they do not even know who Ali ibn Abi Talib was, Imam Ali alayhi salam was. But some non-Muslims, brothers from Christians or Judaism, Jews, or even Hindus, are fascinated by the character of Imam Ali alayhi salam and his justice. How do you think that this justice and this adala that was practiced by Amir al-Mu'mineen could influence the minds of non-Muslims, brother?
I would like to say salam to our dear viewers and thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that granted us this opportunity to talk about Amir al-Mu'mineen and the justice of Amir al-Mu'mineen, although it is really difficult to talk about justice of Amir al-Mu'mineen in these days which belong to Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. With respect to the questions that you raised in your topic, brother, for today, as you mentioned, for somebody to be influenced by behavior or by the action of Amir al-Mu'mineen, we must take some examples from the life of Amir al-Mu'mineen. When we study the life of Amir al-Mu'mineen, we see that for him, it wouldn't matter if he is behaving with Muslim or non-Muslim. Mm-hmm. He had a very powerful slogan in respect of the justice. Let me read one of the slogans that Amir al-Mu'mineen had with respect to the concept of justice. He says, "Al-dhalilu andi aziz hatta akhud al-haqqu lah," meaning that the oppressed is honorable in my sight, so that I may take back what is rightfully theirs. When we pay attention, we see Imam Ali says the oppressed, not the Muslim oppressed, yes, not the non-Muslim oppressed. For him, it doesn't matter. And when we study his lifestyle, when we study his behaviors in the community back in his time, we see the same instances which will prove what we are saying. There's a very nice story with respect to this concept that you raised, brother, that why non-Muslims are fascinated, yes, with the justice of Amir al-Mu'mineen.
And they wrote so many books.
Definitely we have
dissertations and presentations by different people.
We'll be mentioning in
later. Their conferences are held in the name of Ali ibn Abi Talib in non-Muslim lands today. It shows the great personality of him, universal persona.
Okay, definitely. The same thing that you mentioned, when we study the history, we see, for example, once Amir al-Mu'mineen lost his armor in Kufa. When they went back from the war, he lost his armor in the Kufa. After a couple days, he found the armor with a Christian. At that time, Christians and non-Muslims, yes, even they were allowed to live, yes, with Muslims, and they had their certain regulations, yes, and rules. So Amir al-Mu'mineen said, "This is my armor. Neither I sold it and I left it somewhere. So that is mine. I didn't gift it to anybody. So this is my armor. You have to give it back." Mm-hmm. The Christian guy rejected to give back the armor of Amir al-Mu'mineen. They said, "Okay, let's go to the court." Which court are they going to go? The court which was established by Amir al-Mu'mineen himself. Mm-hmm. So what would be the mentality of this Christian? So, okay, we are going to go to the court which is placed with my opponent. They went to the court. Who was the judge.
Judge.
Shuraih Qazi was the judge.
Yes.
When they entered the court, Shuraih Qazi turned upon Amir al-Mu'minin and said, Assalamu alaikum, Abu al-Hasan. Imam Ali interrupted him, say, why did you call me with my title?
Yes.
That is the beginning. To say, okay, both of us must be treated equally. If you want to say my name with my title, you have to know the title of my opponent
That's
too.
right.
Since you don't know his title, just call me Ya Ali.
Not bringing any special favor to Imam Ali alayhi
Yeah,
salam
you
in
see,
the
this is a commander of faithful.
Yeah.
This is not ordinary man. This is a commander of faithful. Just imagine if such a thing is going to take place in our day and our. Is it imaginable? I think that it is not imaginable in these states that we have here and there in the world. By the way, the moment the judge wanted to issue his verdict with respect to who is the real or main owner of the armor, he said, "Oh Ali, do you have any witness which prove you right that you are the real owner of the armor?" He said, "No, I don't." He said, "So the armor is his."
Okay.
The Christian was astonished by this fatwa and verdict. He said, okay, how come is it possible? Now I am in a court, Islamic court, and the verdict is going to be issued in favor of
a Christian.
mine. So what does it mean for me? They went out from the court. Amir al-Mu'minin wanted to make his way
back to
the masjid or somewhere else. The Christian said, okay, can I talk to you? Are you not Ali ibn Abi Talib? He said, yes, I am. Are you not the commander of faithful? Yes, I am. Are you not a Muslim and this court is established by you? Yes. So I cannot understand the result of this court. He said, why? Because the verdict was in favor of me.
Yes.
He said, since I didn't have any witness, I must abide by the law. And I am a man which is submitting to the law.
Yes.
He said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah wa annaka wasiyya Rasulullah.
Subhanallah. Believing and converting to Islam, right?
Yeah,
at the
definitely.
moment.
And it is narrated that in War of Nahrawan, he got martyred.
Very good. And these stories, are not simple stories. They show that how much Imam Ali alayhi salam emphasized on the concept of adala and justice, not only in speech or words, but in
practice.
actions and in behaviors, and this is really important. But the case is that when we look at these examples and how much the Christians or the non-Muslims were attracted by the behavior of Imam Ali alayhi salam, at the same time we can see that there was no abuse of power in the mentality of Amir al-Mu'minin on that time. And this is very important. Something which unfortunately, as you said, we do not see among the statesmen or politicians today in the world, the statesmen, governors in today's world, are after these carnal desires of having more power, greed,
More wealth,
money, more wealth, and all these will deviate them from the right path. Especially if they're living in a Muslim land, it will be, I think, observed more. It will be shown more, unfortunately.
And it will create social gaps that we talked about in last session that we had together.
And how much you are claiming and you are a fan of Amir al-Mu'minin and you cannot practice justice.
That's far away.
Yeah, far away. But the people from far lands can do that. And this is really a true message of Islam. I mean, adala, which was done by Amir al-Mu'minin Ali alayhi salam and also his progeny, the Ahlulbayt after him. We could see such behavior in Imam al-Hassan's time, Imam al-Hussein, and the other Imams after them. Really beautiful, which corrects the society automatically, I think, and everything will be placed in its own position and place.
Because people will take them as their role models.
Yes.
They will be looking at them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Wajatul Islam Mahtavi. Let's take a break. After the break, we'll continue our discussion. It was very kind of you till now.
Okay, thank you.
Dear viewers, thank you very much for watching us till now. This is the Voice of Guidance. I'm Atta, the host of this program. We'll stop now, take a break, and we'll be back in a minute.
In the month of Dhul Qa'dah, the Prophet, peace be upon him, announced he was going to Mecca to perform a final pilgrimage, the Hajj. This is known in Islamic history as the farewell Hajj. As the Prophet got ready to leave Medina for Mecca, thousands of Muslims from all over Arabia joined him, many waiting outside Medina to join him halfway. This was also going to be an opportunity for the Prophet, peace be upon him, to demonstrate the practices of Hajj and to do away with any undesirable practices from the days of ignorance. When the ceremonies of Hajj were over, the Prophet departed from Mecca, heading back to Medina. When he reached Ghadir Khum, the pond of Khum, the angel Jibreel revealed the following verse: O Messenger, communicate that which has been sent down to you from your Lord, and if you do not, you will not have conveyed his message, and Allah shall protect you from the people. Indeed, Allah does not guide the coverers of the truth. According to some narrators, around 120,000 Muslims gathered at Ghadir Khum, and it was around noontime and extremely hot. The Prophet then gave a sermon in which he praised and glorified Allah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين أدعوكم جميعا إلى تقوى الله.
To ensure they would never be left alone and to give them hope to continue on the path of Islam, the Prophet, peace be upon him, told the people,
ألا أدلكم على ما إن تمسكتم به لن تضلوا بعدي أبدا أيها الناس إني تارك فيكم وديعتين قيمتين وثقيلتين إحداهما القرآن والأخرى أهل البيت.
Then the Prophet brought Imam Ali alayhi salam in front of him and then raised the arm of Imam Ali high and declared,
الله مولاي وأنا مولى المؤمنين ألا من كنت مولاه فهذا علي مولاه اللهم وال من والاه وعاد من عاداه.
When the sermon of the Prophet came to an end, the angel Jibreel revealed the following verse: Today I have perfected your religion for you, and I have completed my blessing upon you, and I have approved Islam as your religion. People then lined up to congratulate Imam Ali alayhi salam for his appointment as the successor of the Prophet, peace be upon him. The day of Ghadir is one of the most important events in the Islamic history, and to this day, the Shia of Imam Ali alayhi salam throughout the world joyfully celebrate this event on the 18th of Dhul Hijjah as Eid al-Ghadir.
اللهم أحب من أحب عليا وعاد من عداه وانصر من نصره واخذل من خذله.
Welcome back, dear viewers. I'm Atta, the host of the program, and you are watching the Voice of Guidance, a special program for the week which belongs to Imam Ali alayhi salam, the week of Ghadir Khum. And the Eid al-Ghadir Khum, from Eid al-Adha to Eid al-Ghadir Khum in the Islamic calendar is called Velaya, a span of time and duration, and that's why we dedicated some of our sessions of the program Voice of Guidance to the character of Imam Ali alayhi salam. With me in the studios, Hujjatul Islam Mahdavi. Okay, Hujjatul Islam Mahdavi, when we talk about Imam Ali alayhi salam and the people from the other denominations, I mean the non-Muslims or the non-Shias who have been attracted to this character, for sure George Jordak, the Lebanese Christian one, the author of Al-Imam Ali Sawt al-Adalat al-Insaniyah, Imam Ali alayhi salam, the voice of human justice, is one of the most prominent figures. When you look at the book and the whole story that took place in his mind writing this book, you really find fascinating sentences and statements of a Lebanese who was a Christian about Imam Ali alayhi salam. After 14th century, you can find still Imam Ali alayhi salam attracting the people like a magnet from different places all around the world. What is the secret to this influence, and what is the secret, of being attracted to the character of Imam Ali alayhi salam, brother?
Actually, to respond your question with respect to somebody who is not a Muslim, yet he is attracted to the personality of Amir al-Mu'mineen, we have to go and ask late George Jordak, if we are allowed to say such terminology for him. George Jordak, he says that in order to understand Ali, I studied Nahjul Balagha 40 times.
Wow.
40.
Wow.
Yeah. It's really difficult for us to comprehend.
Yes, man.
In order to understand Ali, 40 times, somebody who is not Muslim, neither he has any relationship to this religion. The only commonality that he is born in land that there are Muslims.
Yes.
But 40 times he studied the whole book of Nahjul Balagha, from cover to cover.
Nahjul Balagha, dear viewers, is a book compiled by Sayyida Ravi about the sermons, letters, and aphorisms of Imam Ali alayhi salam. Okay?
Okay. So there must be something in Nahjul Balagha which attracted.
For sure. 40 times,
40.
Yeah.
With respect to the topic that now we are talking about, and is the topic of our discussion, that we said justice of Amir al-Mu'mineen, and specifically that we talked that Amir al-Mu'mineen was trying to remove this social gap.
Yes.
If we wanted to study stories and statements of Amir al-Mu'mineen with respect to this point, we see that there is one khutbah or one sermon that Amir al-Mu'mineen delivered with respect to one of his rulers. That I believe that this is one of the things that attracted your thought.
Mm-hmm.
What is the story about? The story about one of the ruler. Pay attention. It was not about the ruler who did something wrong only. No, he did a kind of action of noble people. He freed something around 15,000 people. They were taken captivated. So he said, okay, I'm going to free all of them. I'm going to say the money in order to free all of them. So nobody is going to do such a thing. Because, okay, these people are good, captivated. Let them stay in the jail for the time that is destined for them or sentenced for them. So why should I do such a thing? He did. And he did that money from the public money. It was not his money. And he didn't have permission to do such a thing.
Okay.
Amir al-Mu'mineen heard this incident took place. The moment he realized, the guy or that ruler, his name was Mas'ala.
That's right.
The moment he realized that Amir al-Mu'mineen has noticed that I have given such a money in order to free these people, he got afraid. He fled to Sham. What's happening here? You've been the governor of Amir al-Mu'mineen only by the moment you realized he noticed you did such a thing.
Okay.
You fled to whom? To Muawiyah.
Mm-hmm.
Before we go to Mas'ala, let's go and see what was the action of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Amir al-Mu'mineen said, okay, his action was the action of noble people.
Mm-hmm.
Lower people would never do such a thing. Only dignified man will do such favor for ordinary people to free them.
Okay.
People who got captivated. But he had a kind of prejudgment. He should have stayed in power and requested Ali, and Ali would give him respite to give back the money.
Mm-hmm.
Just pay attention.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that Ali would give him respite to say, okay, thank you, you did a good job, forget about it. Mm-hmm. No. I'm going to consider that you have taken this money from public money, that was from Baytul Mal, but I'm not going to punish you right away. I'm going to give you respite to pay back the money.
Okay.
So,
again, justice.
Yes, again, justice.
Okay.
So let's go back and see the scenario from the point of view of Mas'ala.
Mm-hmm.
People and his friends rush to him and say, why did you do such a thing? If Ali would hear that you do such action, he would praise you. He said, okay, I know that. But with respect to Baytul Mal and with respect to justice, Ali is not the man of compromise.
Ali is not
if
the man
it
of
was
compromise.
Muawiyah,
Yes.
if it was the third caliph, I am sure that they would have ignored. They said, okay, it was a good thing. Even they would have gifted me because of doing such a thing. But I know Ali is not the man of compromise with the concept of justice,
Yes.
with the concept of Baytul Mal. That's why I had no choice
Yes.
except to run away.
Okay. and how much a governor, how much a leader of a society and the Muslim Ummah could have influenced the minds of the people. I mean, and his governors, that you have such a policy in your mind, if you are not going to follow it from A to Z, then you're gonna flee away, because you know that Imam Ali alayhi salam will not be satisfied with your behavior, with the type of justice that you observed. And this made him very much beautiful. Something which is needed for today's world in the 21st century. Nowadays, when you look at different people all across the world, and you know, all these games of politics here and there in the Muslim lands and out of the Muslim lands and the borders which are taking place, more power, more greed, more money, you know, and the transactions, the banking system, the economy of the societies that are unfortunately, you know, here and there on fluctuations over here in the stock market. And all you can see, you cannot see such a type of justice, brother, in such markets, in such games of the politics. But still, Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam could be used as a role model for us. And as you said, a person like George Ordag, or some other people like that German lady Anne-Marie Schimmel, you know, he was also affected, and so many other Orientalists who have been influenced by the character and the persona of Imam Ali alayhi salam, write book about him, presented in different conferences, and made him really, really a universal global persona. But unfortunately, sometimes I myself think to myself that, how much am I really benefiting from this source of, we can say, glory and justice for my own lifestyle? This is very important. Any final remarks? Because we're getting to the end of the program. If you can just give us some sentences.
I think the final remark is to at least look at this statement from George Ortag and put it in our schedule daily program, at least weekly. I'm not going to say that you have to every day read Nahj al-Balagha. Weekly, just pick one story, one sermon, one letter of the Nahj al-Balagha and read it and try to, as you said, put it in practice in our daily basis.
Especially, I really suggest to dear viewers to read out the letter that was written to Malik al-Ashtar as the governor of Egypt. That is really, I think, how can I say, a charter of human rights. A charter of human rights, I really call it, for today's world. Even it is applicable and discussed in so many research circles all across the world in different languages today, which is really beautiful. Thank you very much, Hujjat al-Islam Mahtavi, for a program Voice of Guidance. It was very kind of you.
Thank you.
And thank you very much, dear viewers, for watching us on the Voice of Guidance. I'm Atta, the host of this program. Till another episode, God bless you all. Fi aman.